As a kid, I started to realize that I stressed more than the people around me. And as a kid, you don't really know how to work with stress, and sometimes it can engulf you and cause you hard times. So in this video, I want to share with you some tips on how to manage stress and how to work with it, so you can minimize the effects that come with stress. You'll know more about stress and how to work with it. And I know that some people work very well under pressure, but that wasn't the case for me. First, let's explain what is stress. Stress is your body's natural response to any demand or challenge. It triggers a series of physical and psychological changes, known as the fight or flight response, that prepare you to react quickly. This involves the release of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which increase your heart rate, sharpen your focus, and tense your muscles. By the way, write me in the comments what helps you with stress the most. People talk about stress like it's this evil thing that's out to get us. But the truth is, stress isn't always bad. I kind of mentioned that before. And in small doses, it's actually your body's way of keeping you safe. It's like an internal alarm system. It kicks in when there's a danger or when you need to rise to a challenge. Your heart beats faster, your breathing speeds up, and you feel more alert. Also, you can deal with whatever's in front of you. But here's the catch. That alarm system was designed for short bursts. Like, you see tiger, you run. You give a big presentation, you nail it, and then you can calm down. The problem is, in our modern lives, that tiger never really goes away. If you all think about it, we realize that everything is moving so fast these days that you can be stressed all the time. Deadlines, bills, arguments, social media, constant notifications, our jobs. They keep the stress switch always turned on. Before we continue, 96% of my viewers don't subscribe. So go and make it right. Thank you. Now let's continue. And when stress becomes constant, that's when it stops helping you and starts hurting you. Physically, your body pays the price. Your immune system weakens, which means you get sick more often, your blood pressure can climb, putting more strain on your heart. You might get headaches, stomach problems, or muscle pain. Mentally, it's exhausting. Long-term stress is linked to anxiety, depression, and burnout. You start feeling drained all the time, like you're running on empty. It even messes with your brain. Too much stress can make it harder to concentrate, remember things, or make good decisions. You might start forgetting simple stuff or feeling overwhelmed by things that used to be easy. And then there's sleep. Stress loves to mess with your nights. You lie in bed, your mind racing, and even if you do fall asleep, you wake up tired, and that lack of rest makes it harder to handle stress the next day, which just keeps the cycle going. So yes, a little stress can be a motivator. It's like a spark that gets the fire going. But when that spark turns into a wildfire that never burns out, it wears you down. It's like running your car engine at full speed all day, every day. Eventually, something's gonna break. Whether that's your health, your mood, or your ability to enjoy life. Daily tips to stress less. First, start your day with calm, not chaos. Most people wake up, grab their phone, and instantly flood their brain with emails, news, and notifications. That's basically inviting stress to breakfast. Instead, take a few minutes to breathe deeply in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out for 6 to 8 seconds. This signals your nervous systems to relax before the day even starts. For example, I meditate every day before I go to sleep, and I can see that it has a lot of positive effect on your body and on your life. So try it and you'll see for yourself. But it's more like a long-term thing, and it will work like after a while that you do this every day. On YouTube, you can find many videos on how to meditate, and eventually you'll find some type of meditation that suits you the best. Move your body early. You don't need a 90-minute gym session. Even 10 to 15 minutes of walking, stretching, or light yoga will release tension and boost endorphins. Think of it as shaking off yesterday's stress before today begins. If you can, step outside. Natural light helps regulate your mood and sleep. But to be honest, what works the best for me are long runs, good walks with listening to a podcast, and a good gym session, and even like the 90-minute gym session. It makes me always feel much better. Changing your mindset to stress less. You know, a lot of stress isn't just about what's happening around us. It's about how we interpret it. Two people can face the exact same situation. One gets overwhelmed, the other stays calm. The difference, it's not luck, it's mindset. So first, shift from I have to I choose to. When we tell ourselves I have to do this, it feels like a burden. But when you say I choose to do this, you remind yourself that it's your decision. For example, instead of I have to work late, try I'm choosing to work late because I want to finish the project and feel less stressed tomorrow. That small shift gives you a sense of control, and control reduces stress. Focus on what you can control. We waste so much mental energy on things we can't change: the weather, someone else's opinion, the past. A calmer mindset comes from asking, is this in my control? If yes, take action. If no, let it go, or at least stop feeding it your energy. This isn't about ignoring problems, it's about putting your energy where it actually matters. 3. Reframe the problem. Instead of seeing challenges as walls, try to see them as puzzles. A wall says you're stuck. A puzzle says there's a solution. You just haven't found it yet. For example, traffic jam. That's unexpected time to listen to a podcast or audiobook. Missed a deadline? It's a chance to review your workflow and improve it for next time. Your brain reacts very differently when you treat situations as opportunities to learn rather than proof that everything's falling apart. 4. Break the perfection trap. Perfectionism is a stress factory. If you wait for the perfect moment or perfect result, you'll always feel behind. Instead, aim for progress, not perfection. Tell yourself, done is better than perfect. You can always improve later, but getting started reduces pressure immediately. Change your self-talk. If you spoke to your best friend the way you sometimes speak to yourself, would they still be your friend? Harsh inner dialogue. I'm so bad at this, or I always mess up, creates more stress. Replace it with kinder, more constructive language. This is tough, but I'm learning. I made a mistake, but I can fix it. Your brain listens to your own voice more than anyone else's, so make it supportive. Build the zoom out habit. When you're stressed, zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? Often things that feel huge right now are just tiny blips in the grand scheme. That perspective alone can take the heat out of a stressful moment. 7. Practice mental pauses. Instead of reacting instantly to stress, train yourself to pause, literally a few seconds before responding. Take a breath, ask, what's the most helpful way to see this? That micro gap gives you time to choose your response instead of letting stress choose it for you. 8. Celebrate small wins. Your brain loves progress. Even tiny achievements, finishing a small task, keeping a habit for one more day, deserve a little celebration. It rewires your brain to notice what's going well, instead of constantly scanning for threats. Mindset change is not an overnight switch. It's like building muscle, and you can see this even on yourself that like changing mindset is very hard. For example, I'm still working with it and it's not easy. You train it every day. At first, it takes effort to reframe situations or stop negative self-talk, but over time it becomes automatic and you'll find yourself staying calmer without even thinking about it. Now, you heard some of my best tips I could give you how to work with stress. If I should summarize it now, I would tell you to meditate at least once a day. Trust me, this is a really big game changer. Another thing, the zoom out method is just the best. Try to not give a fuck. One day we are all gonna die and all this stress is will just be gone. These were my tips. I hope I at least helped someone, and see you in the next video.